Welcome you into my greenhouse. Come on in, take a look. So what we have here is we're growing all native species, and on the side here we have aquatic species growing in wet ponds, and then in the center we have dry species. So they're all native and they're all collected by hand, and as you can see in the wet, they're all growing up from seed and starting to germinate now. So as you can see, all these species are coming up from seed, and here we're seeing a type of wild rye and a type of black-eyed Susan and a different type of rye. So that just gives a quick idea of some of the different species that are in here. All the animals that we have and all the creatures that we have in Ontario are keyed to our native species. They're not keyed to the cultivars, which don't have any nectar in them and don't have any seeds for wildlife. And all these native species do have that. And it's really quite interesting, because when you're planting, like when I'm planting a wetland plant in a wetland, you put the plant in the ground, and as you're planting along, you'll notice behind you dragonflies are landing on those species, on those plants as you're planting them, and they're just so keyed. They find them right away. And it's like, I'm in the middle of Toronto, where are these dragonflies coming from? So I just want to talk a little bit about the seeds. So here's an example of some of the seeds that we have here. So this is wild bergamot. So it's a nice tiny seed. And then this one over here that's nice and fluffy is a goldenrod species, stiff goldenrod. And here we have cut plant seed, which is a nice big seed, and the birds, they really like that. So the birds are keyed to eating those in the fall. And then this is another species. This is Canada wild rye, and each of these seeds the birds really like as well. So these are great restoration species. And what I'm going to do is show you how to seed some plants yourself. So I've got my handy pot, and we'll just scoop up a bit of soil here, and then we'll just press it down really well to get rid of any air pockets. So you want it so that it's not too close to the top. I'll bring that down here. And there you go, it's pressed down so there's no air pockets in there, and it won't dry out very easily. And then what I've got here is some butterfly milkweed seed. And so when you're seeding this, you want to seed it just lightly. So you want them to be spaced nicely apart when you put them into a tray. So that's basically what I'm going to do here in my pot. We're just putting them in, not too much. And this isn't for seeding individually, this is for seeding if you want to have more plants, and then you can divide them later. So then we just press them down. And what I've got here is vermiculite. And so vermiculite's nice because it absorbs water and holds water onto your seed, and it's also translucent. So it actually lets the light through. So we put a layer on there, and usually the rule is the thickness of the seed, and you multiply that by 2, and that gives you the right depth for planting. So when you're dealing with different species, you have something like with a big seed, so you're planting that a little deeper. Something like a goldenrod or the wild bergamot is a little finer seed, so you're not planting that very deeply at all. So I'll show you a little bit again. So my seed mix, what I have in here is an organic potting mix, and then I mix it with about 50% sand. So there's a lot of sand in there because I like the drainage. And also what's in here is this substance. It's carbon. So this is biochar. So it's actually activated carbon, but then it's been treated so that it actually has nutrients absorbed into it. If you put biochar carbon straight into your soil, then it'll suck the nutrients out of the soil. So you need to charge it for about 3 months, and that will stop it absorbing. It'll absorb all the nutrients, and then when you put it into the soil, it'll slowly release. And it's also a medium that the micro fungus in the soil, the mycorrhizae, it really likes that in the soil. So what you're doing is basically you're feeding the soil, and that will feed your plants. So here we'll show you again quickly. I've got a little bit of Indian grass. So I have a little bit of seed here, and I'll just spread it out like that, and that's about the seeding rate that you want. And then in here, you're just trying to get a few seeds in there. You don't want to have just, if you want to just have one plant, you can just put 1 or 2 seeds in there. But I want to grow a lot of plants. So then you just press that down nicely, and again, putting a layer of vermiculite on top of that, and pressing it down nicely. And then you want to water that carefully so that it absorbs the moisture, and you keep it moist for the next little while, and then they'll start germinating like this. So these guys are what happens when we germinate. We seeded them just like that, pretty much exactly the same. And this is about 3-4 weeks ago that we seeded these, and this is what's starting to come up. So some of the species we have here are big blue stem, Andropogon giardii. So it's a really nice tall grass. It's a really important component of your meadow, and it grows up 6-8 feet tall. So it's a really big grass, holds the soil, and makes a lot of seed for wildlife as well. And then over here, you've got Indian grass, which is one of the ones that I seeded a minute ago. And you can see these little guys starting to come up, and it's actually a really nice grass. In the fall, you've got all sorts of colors. You've got reds and blues and purples and oranges, reds, yellows. So I mean, it's a really beautiful grass in the fall. It produces a lot of seed for wildlife. Over here, got some other cool plants. There's tall sunflower. It's really coming up nicely. It's really tall. It can grow up to 8 feet tall, and this produces a lot of seed. So the sunflowers actually produce seed for like things like goldfinches and that sort of thing. And over here we have common milkweed, or butterfly milkweed, sorry. And again, they're just starting to come up, and they look really good. And this will have a beautiful orange flower in the summertime. And the milkweed will attract a lot of butterflies. They're monarch butterfly. So just having all these species available to put out there. Here's another one. Here's black-eyed Susan. Very easy to grow. Has a nice yellow flower. Looks really beautiful and produces a lot of seed for wildlife. It also attracts a lot of pollinators, because that's what we're trying to attract. Pollinators, birds, and all the animals associated with that. Here's another one over here, Canada Wild Rye. I really love the feel of this one. It's just so soft. And it's excellent. It grows up about yay tall, and then it has a nodding seed head. It looks really beautiful. So that's just a little quick introduction. What we're trying to do is get you to grow some. I mean, even a plant on someone's balcony can make a contribution to biodiversity.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Your support keeps these videos free for everyone.